one dish versus two, I'm absolutely going to take the one dish option only. We're here celebrating National Blueberry Month, and how exciting that today I'm going to be making a corn blueberry salad. Cools off a hot summer afternoon better than a rain shower. But you'll hear, and I guess you saw a little bit of lightning back there. It's crazy. Anyway, we're here celebrating National Blueberry Month, and how exciting that today I'm going to be making a corn blueberry salad. You start with some sweet vinegar. This can be either like a white balsamic or an Asian rice wine vinegar, or perhaps you have some champagne vinegar. Ooh la la. But some sweet, light-colored vinegar nonetheless. If you have a dark-colored vinegar, such as balsamic, it's not that that won't work. It's just that the color is going to change the color of the salad. So I like a light color with the vinegar. Second, we need a little bit of oil. Now this is just a 2-to-1 ratio of a salad dressing. 1 part vinegar and 2 parts oil. I'm using olive oil, so I like that flavor. However, you could also use canola oil or avocado oil. All of that's great. Now, just a touch of salt. I'm giving it just a pinch. This salad is going to call for a very special ingredient, feta cheese, and that's going to add its own touch of saltiness. So just whisk together your salad dressing, and we'll just set that aside. And step 2, we're going to add the corn. I've got some already off the cob, so I'm just going to go ahead and get that into our bowl. And I thought I would take the opportunity to show you how to remove the corn off the cob, because chances are this is what you're getting at the store. Frozen corn works fantastically. You just want to pop it in the microwave for about a minute and it's ready to go in the salad. Now, if you're removing the corn from the cob, you'll want to start about halfway up with the knife and make sure that you've got a solid placement of the cob on your cutting surface. Then with the knife, just simply cut in a downward motion. My preference when choosing which kind of corn to use, corn off the cob or frozen, they're both delicious. But I really like the corn off the cob, and I'm going to show you exactly why. Now, after you finish cutting half of the corn off the cob, you're just going to flip it around and finish the job on the other side. Now, let me show you why I love using corn on the cob. I'm going to just bring the chopping block right up close and personal, let you take a look at these great chunks of corn that come off the cob. I think this adds like a really nice texture to the salad and makes it super interesting because, of course, you've got the round blueberries, you've got the small kernels of corn, but now you have some brick chunks. I think it's really cool. Anyway, I'm going to add this to the salad, and the ratio of corn to blueberries is about 2 parts corn to 1 part blueberries. I'm going to keep my chopping block a little handy here because I forgot there's going to be an herb that goes in here as well. And let's see. At last, my fave, red onions. You can use shallots, or I suppose you could use white onions. That would be pretty tasty. I might size down the portion, and you certainly can use chives. But I'm going to add just a few of these red onions. I think that adds a really nice touch to the salad. And at this point, I'm going to give this a nice little toss. You might be thinking, hey, Lib, you forgot the blueberries. Oh, no, I did not. But I want these bits and pieces of corn and onion to be nicely coated by our dressing and not over toss the blueberries because they can get damaged and break up, and I just want them to be perfect. After all, this is their month, right? Now, I'm going to add some feta cheese. Of course, you can use perhaps goat cheese would work out nicely. Again, you don't want to over toss the cheese because it's not supposed to be a creamy dressing. It's just, the cheese is a nice little accent, a nice tart. I don't know if tart's the right word, but you get that sharpness and touch of salt, and I think it just adds a nice touch. So I'll add the cheese. I could have bought this pre-crumbled, but when I did some price comparing, it was a much better deal to go for the block of cheese. So that's what I chose. And I bet some of you out there too are price shoppers. So added the cheese. Let's see, got to get the blueberries in. Like I said, it's about a 2-to-1 ratio with the corn to blueberries. So just get those into the mix. But why leave one in the bottom of the bowl? There you go. And finally, we're going to be adding some herbs to this. So I'm going to go ahead and select a few basil leaves. I had to buy my basil plant this time. Unfortunately, Mother Nature, fortunately, is making up for my neglect. I have not watered my basil plant in my garden well enough for it to thrive. But that should be all amended after that rainstorm. Anyway, I've got some basil, and I like quite a bit. So I'm going to use maybe 3 or 4 leaves for this particular salad. Okay, or 5. Anyway, so what you want to do with the herbs is, obviously I've got my separate little leaves, and I'm just going to stack them up one on top of the other. This takes a lot of talent, guys. Here I go. Oh, there we go. Makes a little stack, like a stack of cards. And then I'm just going to roll that into a tight little cigar. It's the best way for me to describe what it looks like. Once you have it rolled, then you can start at one end and simply slice your basil into fine little ribbons. Of course, they can be thick little ribbons. Either way is great. Now, I know a couple of you are thinking, well, basil, what else could you use? You could use mint, you could use tarragon, even thyme would work fantastically. But here, take a look at what these little ribbons are like. Here we go. See? And I'm just going to toss that right in. I'm going to save a few little ribbons for right on top, but I'll put the majority into the salad and give it a toss. If you would like the recipe, you need to go to digineatup.com. That is my website. I will have the exact measures, the exact ingredients, all the equipment that you need. It's all right there. And if you like the idea of cooking together, sign up for my weekly recipe. It will come to you before Libby's Luncheonette, which airs every Monday at 12:15 to 1. We always have great guests. But in every episode of Libby's Luncheonette, I will feature a recipe and give you the opportunity to cook along with me, or you can just kick back and watch and enjoy.